after we got audited, baby, I was shook. What's up YouTube? It's your girl D Forever back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is D, and if you're not, hey girl, hey, welcome back. Today, as you saw from the title, we're gonna break down my whole esthetician journey thus far. Back when I was first trying to get into the beauty world, there was no such thing in my area as like an esthetician only program. So a lot of it was going to be like nail tech or full cosmetologist. And for those of you that don't know, I know that an esthetician license means skincare specialist, but actually it's a limited cosmetology license, which means you don't have to go as long to school to get your license than if you go full out for cos. Cosmetology is the full works, and I really never have any intention of doing hair, of doing nails, and honestly makeup been right along with those. So that's just where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna say forever, but I just didn't see the benefit of going for all those extra hours. And I know I wanted to do, I knew I started with lashes, I knew I wanted to get my license to continue to do lashes and grow my business. So that was just kind of like the move for me. So I'll start by saying that I wanted to start my esthetician journey like 10 years ago. In fact, I did go to cosmetology school, but that's a whole other story. 2019 is when I founded my beauty business called Alluring Artistry Beauty and Wellness, and go ahead and check us out at www.aalashme.com. That was the year that I made it official. So I started off working from home. I did a couple different things. I took the long way around, and so the purpose of this video is to kind of help you guys not do that. I basically started off working from home. I built up a little clientele doing that, and I do plan to drop a video on how to build clientele. If you want that, I need you to give this video a thumbs up. The next step from my house was when I went to rent out my first suite, and I did not do a whole thing by myself. Basically, there was a local sugar lady, and I connected with her and was able to rent from her. And so really that was my first experience outside of my house, and it was a good first experience. But as I grew, I needed more space, and she already had an established business, and so I kind of had to like move on from there. From there, I searched around and called around and kind of felt out everybody's vibe, because to be honest with you, like being a beauty professional, you could either go the career way and be an employee, or you can be your own boss and be an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur, and even though you have like a collaborative space and those are not like your co-workers, they're still kind of like your co-workers. It's really important when you're trying to find a place to like call around and see everyone's vibe. So I found this salon. It was black owned. The owner was amazing, and it was a really cool opportunity. So I ended up dropping the money and I believe it was like a month-to-month lease, which I'm so happy I did. Like when you're starting off, trust me, do not overcommit, especially when you're starting off the way I was starting off. Like I had got certified January, and by that June I was already like, you know, making moves. So I was moving really fast with it. The space I rented outside of the beauty salon was really cool, because it had like a side of the room where I had like the lash bed set up and everything, but then it also had like a pedicure chair and a nail chair and like one other station. So I could have contracted out the other space, but I really wasn't in that space. And also, y'all, my whole journey, like my whole esthetician journey, keep in mind, I remain a full-time business professional. I work in HR. So keep in mind, like a lot of this was like me working my job 8 to 5 and then me lashing like 6 to 11 p.m. weeknights. And then on the weekends, it's like, oh, lashing all day. Like that's how much I was really lashing when I first started. Now I am a little more selective and I have a higher tag, so I'm not just like running crazy, but I'm still making consistent good money. So fast forward, I'm in the lease, I got the room decorated, all set up, I'm taking my clients there, working, hustling, you know, the move, and boom, the salon gets audited. Y'all probably like, okay, right? So the issue was that I was a certified lash tech working in a licensed facility, but I myself didn't have my license yet. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. After we got audited, baby, I was shook. It was no way, like, I already started hearing little things. I thought I did the right thing. Honestly, I went into this thinking I did the right thing. It was just a lot of gray area. But yeah, so we got audited. I didn't have nothing wrong, like, in my room. It's just that I already had a sheet on the bed, and so they were like, you know, let her know that she needs to have the bed completely empty and yada yada yada. The salon got audited, we passed, there was nothing wrong. The owner talked with me, you know, it was truly nothing wrong, and I could continue to rent there. But I just personally felt like maybe that was a sign, because I didn't have that clarity of, you know, what was allowed and what's not. I just didn't feel like it was for me to continue doing that, especially since it's just kind of like a warning. It's one of them things where it's like, pay attention, move accordingly. I ended up moving my business back home, you guys. So home, one location shared, one location on my own, back home. I moved the business back home, and I continued to just work on friends and family, because I felt like that was the safest thing for me to do while I navigate and figure out like what the heck I need to do this like fully. Fast forward, I'm back at home, I'm working, everything's going smooth. My clients, I have day one clients. Like, if y'all ever watch my channel, like, I really love y'all. Like, I would do anything for y'all. Y'all really rock with me for like years. But basically, in the midst of me moving my business home, COVID hit. And I was like, definitely like thankful that I listened to that sign. Otherwise I could have possibly been locked into a lease without even being able to go there to make the money. So I'm really happy that I listened to my intuition. But yeah, y'all, COVID hit, and I was stuck in the house, and I couldn't even do what I love to do, which is enhancing people's beauty. And at that point it was only through lashes. Now I'm an esthetician, it's through a lot of stuff, but at that point the only skill set I had under my belt was lashing. So it was kind of a really hard time for me, and I had clients that would like text me like, please just give me, please just give me. I'm like, no, like, I'm already trying to figure out like what's all even going on with this, and then I'm not gonna do nothing like that. COVID just really, you know, being in the house, being able to work from home, and just being in the comfort of my home and in my space, it really just helped my mindset change. I started thinking about life in a whole different way. Like, I became like the D that y'all see today, like I promise you, through COVID. It just really, I'll never be the same, from the economic standpoint of our nation to things that Black people have to deal with, like the whole George Floyd thing popped off, to all the scamming that took place. I mean, the pandemic just did a lot, and just to see so many people just walk away from their jobs and their careers to go be an entrepreneur, it was just a whole different mindset. And so I did have an opportunity to sit back and think, and I thought, you know what, I want to do beauty, and I want to do more than just lashes. So, but I also knew, like I said before, I ain't doing no nails, I ain't doing no hair, none of that. I don't even like the smell of that, so I definitely don't want to operate a business like that. I ended up just praying, because like I said, an esthetician program was not something common in my area yet, and so I just kept praying and saying, like, I really want to do this, like, please make a way. It's really not realistic for me to quit my job. I just felt like I wanted to still be able to like have a job and pay my way, you know, through school, which, by the way, I did end up finding a program which was like 10 minutes from my house, and it was a hybrid program. Like, what are the odds? I was able to go down to part-time at my corporate job. On my days off, I was going to the school, and on other days I would do my school online so that I could get my full hours. So a miracle happened. I literally prayed about it. I got on my phone, and then I saw an ad, and it was just really crazy because that program had just launched, and I was like one of the first people to go through that cohort of hybrid. The whole COVID situation, like, it was really a blessing in disguise for me and really a lot of people, but it was just sad, the circumstance and all that we had to sacrifice. I just really prayed about what I wanted. I had a chance to sit back and think about it, and God just really made a way, like he always does. Won't he do it? Finish it. Okay. I don't know if y'all know it, but if y'all know that, just up in the comments. And right there at, you know, February of 2021, I was enrolled in esthetician school. So my program took me about 6 months or so. I did get COVID in the midst of completing that program, so I couldn't go to school for a while, and they wouldn't allow me to do the school completely online, because how it was set up in my state is like the amount of hours you do in seat, you're able to match them online, if that makes sense. So if I only go to class for 5 hours 1 week, guess what? I can only do 5 hours online, and for that whole week on my MBAs, I just can only put 10 hours. So I did put myself through esthetician school by working my part-time job in HR, and then I was just lashing like no other outside of school. The good thing about school is like you're not there all day. I think our school, I don't even remember the time, it's probably like 8 to 2 or like something like that. So you really have the whole afternoon and like evening and everything like to yourself. So I was just like networking at school, meeting people, posting on social media, doing stuff to get attention on my page, so then I can be like, by the way, I do lashes. Like I was doing any and everything to book it, and I was able to successfully put myself through school. I'm proud of me. I graduated, and then I post to my social media that I graduated, and I actually had the owner of a salon in the city over reach out to me and kind of let me know that they've seen my work and they have some clients that are interested in my service, and that I had a place out there to just go and immediately start working if I wanted to, you know, rent the suite out there. So I drove out there. Well, first I had my boo drive me out there, and it was a little sketch to me just because it was a city that I wasn't used to, and it was a city where I don't think like a lot of like people like me are there, and so I definitely was a little like I don't know. But after I got moved in and remodeled the space, like I absolutely loved it. Everybody there was cool. It turned out to be a really good vibe between like me and my clientele. Like I loved it. I know y'all are probably like, girl, like how many times is the screen gonna change? It's like my battery has died at least like 5 times. I'm gonna try to edit it and make it seamless, but like if this looks really choppy, I'm sorry y'all. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. I'm working out in the other city at the spa or the salon that reached out to me and pretty much recruited me to join, and everything's going great there. I remodeled the room about 2 different times. I definitely like flipped it from the state it was in, and if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, like you guys saw the before and after. But then I just started thinking like, it's an 8x8 room, and there's really only so much I'm going to be able to do. And at the end of the day, I am an individual brand. I am Alluring Artistry, and I just felt like it was best for my business to have a more private location where I'm not located inside of another brand, because I didn't want my brand to be washed out. In addition to that, I just feel like the salon didn't fit like my brand and my aesthetic, and so for that reason it kind of like clashed, and I feel like my clients came into an environment that was just completely different like when they came into my space. So it was a lot of things that just like didn't connect. Like it was just like a business thing, it wasn't personal, but I did end up deciding like I should probably move if I want my business to continue to grow. So I ended up connecting with the realtor, and I found a standalone building. I literally thought I saw this building in a dream. I felt like it's everything, and so we put in an offer, and unfortunately the offer was like not accepted, and it was countered with something that just was like ridiculous. And so that's kind of how I knew, like, I know sometimes with things getting your way, it's like an obstacle and you're supposed to overcome it, but it's certain things that happen that you just can kind of get the vibe and you're like, well, this ain't really for me. And so that's kind of what happened when I tried to leave. And so after that, I kind of stopped working with the real estate agent because I don't feel like we were a true match, and I ended up just saying another good old prayer. Like, I'm just really realizing that a lot of this stuff I just should have just prayed about initially, and could be annoying. But yeah, so I ended up basically praying about how I wanted a location, and then I found the location that I have now, which, yes, we finally landed in our own spa, and it's located off of like a main street where I live. It's a beautiful building. Everything was just remodeled, fresh paint, black trim, glazed cement flooring, like everything that I want. And we just did our grand opening June 1 of this year, 2022. So I was at the second space. So the first 2 spaces, for timeline wise, let's just say I was there like 2 to 4 months. At this location in the next city, I was there from like August to May, and then I took the month of May to kind of prepare and do like a launch. So you might as well go ahead and support me and celebrate with me and go watch my spa launch vlog, which shouldn't be too far down, and I will also try to like put a tag for it. I definitely really appreciate like where I am right now. We were able to do a launch party, and I have a team. We have a full-time lash tech that works there. We also have a part-time makeup artist, and then there's me, the esthetician. So everything really truly worked out. Like I had a full team by the time of my launch party. Like the other people that's using the space collaborative with me were able to come. They had the option to bring their families, and it was a whole celebration for us. So it was really like confirmation that I did the right thing, just because what are the odds? Like I just decided this is what I want to do. I finally make my mind up on it, and everything just moved so fast. I saw the place, I dropped the money, I moved in, I had the launch, I approached somebody about makeup, I had somebody like referred to me for lashes. Like the way it all happened was like definitely a God thing for it to happen the way that it did. Now that the spa is really functioning as the collaborative space that I envisioned for it, I'm definitely still planning and meeting with like business coaches and my mentors and my counselor. It's just so much good to be an entrepreneur, but I'm still moving, and so the next step for me is to move into a location that has more separate treatment rooms, and that brings us to where we are today. I feel really proud and accomplished, and I feel like I'm making all the right moves. It's definitely a lot of work to be an entrepreneur, but it's definitely doable. Like anybody could do it. You just have to be disciplined, have some passion, and solve a real issue that people have on their hands. Like simply put, that's it in a nutshell. So this video is going to be a part of a series. I'm definitely going to be dropping a lot more esthetician content. Your new official Esty Besty D got your back. So go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you want to know. Give this video a thumbs up. Y'all subscribe to my channel. We're on the road to 1K. I'm literally right there, so just go ahead and click subscribe and hope your girl's dreams come true. If you enjoy seeing this type of content on my channel, I need you to go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know. Whew. Whew. These chicken nuggets, y'all. I just sometimes make like really poor decisions to get things done. Like I'll literally be like, you gotta finish this project before you can eat. I know, it's so crazy. All right, y'all, for real this time. Bye.